Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. It's early in the morning. I woke up and was looking at my phone and got an alert that there's rain on the way. In fact, it's already sprinkled a little tiny bit. So I've got to hustle up and get as much of this trench buried as I can before any real rain comes. The rain that wasn't supposed to be here for another 4 days. I don't know. It just seems to never fail. We've been in Texas now for 3 years and for almost 3.5, 4 years. And I don't remember this much rain in August. I thought we had a week or two at least that we could get everything done that we needed to get done. And that's just not the case. So I'm going to have to hustle this morning and bury as much of this trench that's at the point where I can bury it. I've got some main lines going places. I can bury those. The rest, I don't know what to do. Get some tarps, I guess, and throw over them, but I don't know that I have that many tarps. So I guess the most complicated areas in between the cottages and stuff, maybe I can tarp those and spare that some. So let's get on with it. We're in a hurry. You can see how I had to chisel and beat on and everything to get this broken up right here to get it in the trench. That's because that area got wet. That's what this whole thing will be if I can't get as much of it as I can in the ground before it rains. Now, you probably didn't get to hear it because of the noise-canceling microphone. There was a cat fight. Had to go deal with it. You got this many cats running around. It's kind of to be expected, especially when you got a big 25-pound old man running around who's not happy about all these extra critters. He'll get on with the program sooner or later. If not, they'll all learn to stay away from him. All right, back to covering up trenches. All right, this area here I'm still working on. Still have water to run, and I don't have the pipe, so I'm going to cover this whole area up with a tarp. Hopefully it'll protect it if it decides to really rain. It's hard to tell. It could rain, may not rain, I don't know. Well, if it rains a lot, it's not going to matter to a hill of beans. But if it just sprinkles, that'll keep some of the dirt dry and should keep that area from collapsing. You just don't know here. The last storm we had come in, it was supposed to be this tiny little thing. It was just going to kind of blow over us. And it dumped 5.5 inches of rain inside of 2 hours. So I pray that that's not the case this time. You wouldn't think so this time of year, but who knows? I certainly don't, and clearly the weather guys don't know either, because it wasn't supposed to rain until like 3 or 4 days from now. Anyway, let's get back to burying trenches. We're going to go back on the south side of the property and follow that one down to my shop, I guess, or somewhere near there. Alright, that buries up the stuff I can bury, I think. I think that's all there is right now. But it brings to mind, one of our friends that watches us asked a really good question. What was the reason for all the mowing before you trenched? Why was that such a necessity? Well, it's not necessarily a necessity, I guess, but in a way it is. Getting the grass super, super short down to almost dirt level makes it so much easier to get the dirt back out of the grass into the trench, and also allows us to get it as smooth as possible before the grass grows back over. So that's why we did that. Nothing earth-shattering, just kind of something that we've run across over the years of gardening and that kind of stuff. If you can get the grass super short, pack your trench that way, then let the grass grow over it, it'll almost be hidden. Just saying. All right, I gotta go get a drink of water, and then we'll get the covering stuff up, I'm thinking. All right, the sprinkles are coming again. I'm kind of trying to decide. Got a piece of wire, that big cable that I ran to the kitchen that was too short. It was also too big. I need to pull it up and run it to the shop, I think. Or do I cover up the main areas and the junctions and stuff with tarps? I don't know. That's a good question. Wouldn't take me very long to move that cable, so I'm going to move that cable. Okay, it's just a tad short, but that's okay. I got it to the building. I can run a junction box right there and then run it up to, from there I can run a breaker box. So that's the plan there. Anyway, I got that wire in the ground. I'm going to go see if I can dig up some more tarps, and we'll lay some tarps out in key areas like the electrical panel area. Keep that ground dry. Great big grader, motor grader just drove by. It's unusual. Anyway, let me go grab some tarps. Hopefully I've got some. How you doing, buddy? It's going, big guy. Stickers on you. Yeah, you get stickers on you. Alright, I gotta get back to work, okay? It's alright, I'll step around, don't worry. That little area I just fixed right there was where I had cut through the sprinkler line. I just wanted to bury the two halves. I'll leave the trench open because that's where some water lines are going. Anyway, I'm thinking with it sprinkling like it is, I'm going to go ahead and clean out all of the trenches the best I can. You know, where they cross over and fill up with dirt from the trencher itself. I think it'd be a lot easier to get bad dirt back in the hole than try and redig the trench, because pretty much that's what will happen if it gets really wet. It'll just cake up, turn back into clay and hard and rock and all that. So I'm thinking if I just clean out the trenches right now, and it does rain, yeah, I'll have to bust up the dirt to get it back in the holes, but I'd rather do that than try and retrench with a shovel. Hey, Texas. How you doing, buddy? Oh, that's a lot of dirt. So, the point of renting a trencher is so you don't have to dig trenches by hand. Well, okay. But you do have to clean the trenches out, especially where you cross like that and the trencher runs over it. When you got two trenches real close together, it kicks dirt in. The fact that it's been several days since we trenched, that kicks dirt in too. 50 million cats running around playing in the trenches, that kicks dirt in them too. But I got all the joints, crisscrosses and all that stuff cleaned out. Got everything buried that can be buried, so that's good. I've got the major intersections where there's lots of things going on covered with tarps and dug out, so I think we'll be okay. As long as we don't get a big 5-inch rainstorm, I think we'll be just fine. I don't think that's going to happen. The serious part of the rain today is nearing an end, according to the weather people. Of course, it wasn't supposed to happen at all either. But whatever. Anyway, for the moment, I'm out of here. We'll be seeing you next time here on the homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends, leave us a comment. Bye now.